Hello my dear viewers, my name is Rakesh and I am your host here with the video. The topic of the video is EURUSD and GBPUSD technical analysis. Today is 12th of November, the last trading day of this week. I'm a AUDUSD community member and I'm not an employee of AUDUSD Bank. So all the views or opinions which are being discussed here are of my own. As name of the topic suggests, we will be carrying out the technical analysis of euro against the US dollar and the British pound sterling against the US dollar. We'll also have a look at other major pairs and also include some minor pairs which are important, and we'll also include in our session the gold, silver and Bitcoin. In this session, we will be strictly talking about the technical aspects of trading. As a technical analyst, we already know that every piece of information, whether it is political or fundamental, is already priced into the chart. So we will try to follow the charts only for our analysis. In this program, we'll only be using the candlesticks charts. We'll try to find out the key levels, and then we will see how we can make use of these key levels to open or close a trade. If you are new to the technical analysis, I would request you to go to our channel's homepage and then select the playlist and search for a few playlists that I am going to tell you now. One is the profitable candlestick patterns. This is the name of the playlist. And the second is the profitable chart patterns playlist. If you go through those playlists, it will help you in understanding what we are talking about in this program. In a nutshell, we are going to talk about only the pure price action in this program. We are not using any indicators. We are only going to use a few trend lines, or you can say drawing tools. Last but not least, everything that I say in this video is only to enhance your knowledge about the technical analysis, and it is only for information. So you have to do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on the line. With this standard introduction, I want you to go through this risk disclaimer. The risk is always associated with trading, so I want you to go through this completely and then proceed with the video. All right, after the risk disclaimer, let us have a look at the charts. So this is the daily chart of the dollar index. Dollar has been soaring after this 4-hourly channel's breakout. We had drawn a 4-hourly channel after we saw a close higher than the resistance of 94.13. We saw a closing higher than 94.13, and then after there was a rejection from 94.50. So we created a channel down because it seemed like a pullback, and the price failed to close or break this recent low, and in fact the price broke to the higher side. And see what happened after the breakout. If you remember that we had said that when the price goes again higher than this and come back to test this area, that will be our area of interest to open buy positions and see what happens when such things happens. So now that is why when I say that create a channel in the opposite direction of the main trend and wait for that channel to break in the direction of the trend, and that is the time when you have to enter. Then you have to look for the opportunities in the direction of the trend. Always remember that trend is your friend. So you have to always look for an opportunity in the direction of the trend. Let it be coming after a week or months or years. You have to wait for entering in the direction of the trend. So this is one thing. So let us focus on the euro. Or before that, I will tell you where is the next resistance now for this. For the next resistance now for the US dollar is at 95.68. So I don't think that it is going to stop till 95.68, and the support is at 94.78. So now let's focus on to the euro. Yesterday euro has day before yesterday actually, euro has given a close below 1.1495, which was a very important level on our charts. And yesterday there was a follow-up, and I think this follow-up will continue to 1.1370, which is the next zone of demand. Now this falling channel here on the daily chart has a support line which is there on the way of price here. So this line will always keep on acting as a support when the price meets, On the contrary, if it breaks below this, then this 1.1370 will be exposed very soon. And if 1.1370 holds, the price may come back to 1.1495 or 1.1529 area to test these levels as fresh resistance. But right now, if you ask me, 1.1370 is the immediate support for the price, which is almost 40 plus 30, 70 points away from the market right now. And on the higher side, we have a resistance at 1.1495 region. Talking about the GBPUSD, same thing. Day before yesterday, there was a Marubozu and it closed below 1.3424 region, which was very important support in our this thing. And on the 4-hour, you can say after giving that close lower, it went back to test this 1.3424 region as the fresh resistance, and now it is headed downwards. Now 1.3303 is the next area of support, which is actually a confluence of two supports. Okay, this is actually a confluence of two supports. One is this falling channels support line, and the other one is this horizontal line. This horizontal level has been very important in the past, so I have marked it on my charts. So yes, expect 1.3303 to act as some support at least, because it has been an important area in the past. So at least maybe those who sold here and here, they'll be looking to book their profits here in this area at least. So right now resistance is at 1.3424 and support is at 1.3303. You should not be looking for a buying opportunity here, but a selling opportunity, because this is a downtrending market and you should not be buying this downtrending market. In fact, you should be creating a channel in the pullback and wait for that channel to break to enter the market. I hope you understand now, because I have already explained it in the dollar index. Now here in that case of Australian dollar, I was expecting actually 0.7289 to act as a support, but it is not acting as a support. You see how good support and resistance in the past it was, but now it failed to act as any support, and now the price is, I think, headed back to this rising channel support line. And if this channel breaks, then 0.7221 will be exposed in this market. In fact, if you see from the horizontal levels, then 0.7221 is already exposed, but because the price is moving in this falling channel, so every time the price tests this falling channel's support line, it acts as small support and may not be breaking now. If it breaks, then 0.7221 will definitely be exposed. On the contrary, although there is this rising channel's support line coming before 0.7221 is achieved. So I think there is a possibility that this area here, this falling channels resist a support line, and this rising channel support line may act as a good support for the Australian dollar here in the coming time. So let us see. But right now, if you talk about the horizontal supports and resistance levels, then 0.7289 is the immediate resistance for the price now, and 0.7221 is the immediate support for the price. New Zealand, on the similar lines, it has actually broken below this falling channels support line, and now it has entered this falling channel on the daily chart. And I actually told yesterday about it, that if it closes inside this channel, then this resistance line will also come into play and will start acting as a resistance in the coming time. So this is the bigger red line that I'm talking about. And on the 4-hour, actually we are looking to buy the New Zealand dollar. Why? Because in the long run it is in the buy mode, and we are actually expecting the price to close out of this falling channel in some time, and then that will be our confirmation that the price has started its up move again. But right now, if you ask me, then this area of confluence is the resistance. This area is the resistance, and the support is at 0.6979 in this market. And the horizontal resistance lies at 0.7074. But I think this is an area of resistance, and the price will not be able to move above 0.7030 today. And the next week we can target 0.6979, and if it closes below 0.6979, then you'll be looking for this rising channel support line in the future. Talking about the USD CHF, US dollar being very strong against the other counterparts also. It is now stronger against the Swiss franc too. Right now it is trading between the support and resistances. Support is 0.9203 and resistance is 0.9241. If you switch to the 4-hour chart, you will see the price actually broke below this but immediately took support at 0.9203. Now 0.9241 is the level that I am looking for to act as a resistance. If it does not, then next level will be 0.9274 in this market. On the low side, we have 9203 as the support. USDJPY on the similar lines of USD CHF is trying to go higher, but the resistance lies at 114.7. You see how yesterday actually the price failed to close higher than this falling channel's resistance line, but today it is trading above and looking good. If it gives a closing higher than this, then it will be a breakout on the weekly chart also. So it will be a breakout on the weekly chart also, and on the weekly it will be a bullish engulfing, but it is right below the resistance. The price needs to close higher than 114.70 for the breakout to be proper, and then 115.50 will be exposed in this market. But if it does not close higher than 114.70 today, then I think next week this 114.70 will still be acting as a resistance for this market. And for today also 114.70 is the resistance and support is at 113.25. But on the way down, this 4-hour channel which has been broken just now will keep on acting as the support for the price if it meets it here. Talking about the US dollar against the Canadian dollar, yesterday the price met the resistance of 1.2586 and now it is actually trading at very close to that resistance level. Right now the price is trading at 1.2589. This is the Asian session that I am recording today. There is still 20 hours and 48 minutes left. That is entire 3-4 sessions are there for the day to end. So there is a lot of room for the price to go up or down. So now the problem here is that if it closes higher than 1.2586, then 1.2633 area will be exposed in this market. On the contrary, if it fails to go there and closes the day below 1.2589, then it may bring the price back to 1.2493 in this market. Brent here is trading nowhere. Like I said yesterday, that the price, I think, because of this bearish engulfing, people are not willing to open their fresh buy positions here. In fact, they're exiting their stocks, and this may lead to the price of the fall in price and may lead to break even 80.18 level. If it does so, then 77.80 will be exposed. But right now we have immediate resistance at 83.44 levels and support at 80.18 in the Brent oil. You see here is this is small formation of double top here, okay, and this double top will be confirmed only when we see a closing below 80.18 on the daily chart. EURGBP is in a rising channel now and is making higher highs and higher lows. Right now it is trading right on top of the support of 0.8558, which was held yesterday, and now today I'm expecting it to hold again. But if it fails to hold, then 0.8523 will be exposed in this market. On the higher side, we have 0.8595 as the resistance, and on the lower side, we have 0.8558 as the support. Looking at this bullish pin bar on the daily chart, it is showing us, giving us an information that the price may be in demand, or yes, euro may be in demand with respect to pound at the lower prices or near 0.8558 region. So right now resistance 0.8595, support is 0.8558. GBPJPY has given us a close below the crucial level of 152.66 yesterday, but still there is no follow up to the downside. Reason being because it has been a very important level, and today is the weekly close. If the weekly close happens below 152.66, that will give an indication that the price is headed back to 149.22. But I just believe that there may not be a close below 152.66. You see how the weekly candles are? Yeah, this is how the weekly candles are. If the week closes below 152.66, That means for the entire week the buyers could not maintain a good position and they had to surrender to the sellers. If they surrender to sellers here, then the sellers will push the price back to the 149.22 area from where buyers had started their rally. Now the problem with the pound is that it is losing its ground against the US dollar, and so there is a possibility of 149.22 to be achieved soon in this market, but we need to see how the market closes today. If it closes higher than 152.66, then there will still be hope for the prices to rise here. Otherwise 149.22 will be exposed in this market. Now if you switch to 4-hour, you will see that the resistance is the yesterday's high is acting as a good resistance every time the price goes there. This was 10 November, this was high, and on 11th November the price tried to test that resistance twice, and every time it felt it was met with the resistance and the price is now headed lower. It gave a closing already on 11th of November below this level, and now that level is acting as a resistance. But if we are able to maintain a close higher than 152.66, then 156.08 will again be possible. Talking about CHFJPY, I am a firm believer that CHFJPY is consolidating here for making a fresh move higher, and I've already marked on my charts 123.47 area. I think this is the area of concern. Now I'm not saying that buy your positions here, because you see we are a conservative. I'm a conservative type of trader. I will not open my positions here, but I will look for the price action. If I see a bullish pin bar, a bullish pin bar is something like this at the support. If the entire daily candle closes like this, then maybe at the high or high plus 2 pips I will be keeping my stop buy order, okay, or above the bullish engulfing candle only. But if you just think that I will speculate here, no, you should also not be speculating here. The second method of entering such type of markets is that you wait for this falling channel to break. The price should break it to the upside and then hold this bigger channel, the support line, as the fresh support. You can open the buy position there with the small stop loss below 123.47 at that time, and then you can target 125.88, which will be a very good position with respect to risk to reward ratio here. Okay, I hope you understand my point. So right now the support is at 123.47 and the resistance is at 124.36. This is the first resistance. After that we have 125.88, the next resistance, of course above the previous highs that we are talking about. Looking at the EUROAUD, it is looking good actually to buy euro against the Australian dollar. Why? Because Australian dollar is in deep shit and euro seems to be holding for some time now. It has given us a closing above 1.58 5696 area, and day before yesterday it came back below, but yesterday again it has given us a closing, and now that 1.5696 level seems to be holding like a support. I'll show it to you on the 4 hours. You see this level now seems like holding as a support. This level seems to be holding like a support, and if it does so, then this 1.5802 area, which is 50% retracement from the previous fall, is possible in this market. But I'm not saying that you should buy this market. I'm just giving this knowledge that this is possible, and this may be an area where you should be looking for your selling opportunities, because in the long run this market is a selling market. Okay, and in the selling market you should be looking for a selling opportunity only. So this trend line, falling trend line, has not met the price second, third time. Next time when the price meets this area, this can be a very good area of opportunity, and in fact 61.8%, that is 1.5905 area, may be even better opportunity for us to short. So keep on an eye on here, and right now the support is 1.5696 and resistance is at 1.5926. These are the horizontal resistances I am talking about. Talking about the Euro New Zealand, Euro seems to be going higher than the New Zealand dollar. A close above 1.6321 will expose 1.6487. So right now the support is at 1.6305 area and the resistance is at 1.6487 in this market. Talking about the gold is about to give a very nice weekly close. I want to switch to weekly charts to show you something. So this is how the weekly chart of gold is looking like. Gold was moving for weeks within this triangle range, and now it is breaking out of this means that first is this resistance of 1908, second resistance of 1950, and third resistance of 2064 will be exposed once we see a close higher than this falling triangle's resistance line. Now before that, the price may come back to 1828 area to test it as a fresh support. Otherwise it may keep on going upwards. Whatever is the condition, you have now an information that the triangle is broken to the upside if we see a close higher than 1828 today. So right now the support is at 1828, resistance is at 1870, and next resistance is at 1908 in this market. Talking about the silver, on the similar lines like the gold, it has broken out of this inverse head and shoulder. Yesterday it has positively given a close above 24.81 neckline. Now this is the area which I think will be acting as a fresh support for the price, and if it does, then that will be our area of opportunity to go long in silver for the long term, because inverse head and shoulder has been broken in this market. Right now support is at 24.81, resistance is at 25.62 in the silver. Talking about the Swiss index, is still trading below 12,452. Yesterday we were expecting a breakout from this, but it has not happened, and the price has again closed below the 100% Fibonacci expansion of 12,452. Now till the time this level is not broken, we cannot be sure of going to 12,572, which is very close actually to this. And now it looks like if it starts dropping from here, it may even form a double top. But what will happen, only the future will tell. But if we see a closing above 12,572, then this 14,284 will be exposed in this market. On the contrary, if we see a closing below this, or maybe even if we see a closing below this area, you see there is even another double top formation possible. I will include this as two tops here if it breaks below this area. Okay, if it closes below this area, then this will be a double top breakdown on that small time frame, and 12,066 will be again exposed in this market if it closes a day below this low of 12,288. On the higher time frames, we have this as the double top here, and a break of this low of 11,547 will confirm the double top breakdown. All right, and now talk about the EURCHF. EURCHF seems to be holding the support of 1.0535, and if it does, then 1.0604 is also possible in this market. In fact, if a close below 1.0535 occurs, then 1.0504 is also possible in this market. But right now, this support seems to be holding, and euro seems to be stronger than the Swiss franc for now, and 1.0604 may be seen as an opportunity to open the fresh shorts if it gives us a bearish engulfing or bearish pin bar near these lines. GBP CHF on the similar lines seems to be consolidating before a fresh move. Now that fresh move may be lower, and in case that is there, 1.2279 is the support. If that support is broken, then 1.2194 will be exposed in this market. On the high side, we have a resistance at 1.2411 now. EURCAD also is consolidating between these two levels of 1.4441 and 1.4295. Till the time the price does not break either of these directions, we cannot be sure where it is headed. So just stay away from this market till the time it does not move in any of the directions. Last is the Bitcoin. It is not the least. 63,493 is the immediate support for the price, and the 68,932 is the immediate resistance. Day before yesterday, there was a bearish engulfing on the daily chart. Bearish engulfing is a very bad candlestick for the bulls. So when this happens, the price continues down for a day or two, and yesterday it gave us an inside bar with a very small range, and today even is an inside bar with a smaller range. So the price is consolidating before the fresh move. Maybe the sellers who want to get out of the market, they're selling their positions. And the fresh buyers may emerge at 63,493 area as per the charts. So with this information about the technicals, I am done with today's video. I just hope you get some idea about the support and the resistance levels that are of interest in the coming hours and days. I want to tell you that please keep in mind to never risk more than 1% of your entire capital on any single trade. And you should always look for a potential profit of more than 3 times the risk that you are going to take, or whatever is the distance of your stop loss, your distance of your take profit should be at least 3 times of that. And with this note, I shall end this video. Please press the like button if you find this video useful for you. You can leave your suggestions in the comment section. Consider subscribing to the channel for more videos if you are new to the channel. Also, you can join the DuCasCopy Forex community. There are so many tools for the Forex traders. The links are there in the description. I wish you a very happy and a profitable day. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to share this video with your friends who want to learn the technical analysis.